The current training plan can be further customized by using the training options. Click on the Training Options button to open the list of available global exercise options. When the Pause Command Enabled option is selected, the player can pause an exercise at any time by pressing the letter P on the keyboard. Pressing P again will resume the exercise. This option allows trainers to stop the exercise in order to help the player or to permit the player to take a break if needed. If the exercise is paused during the initial instructions, the instructions will be repeated upon resuming the exercise. In some exercises, the pause feature may temporarily not work if an important prompt or list of items is being presented. If the pause feature is disabled, the player will not be able to pause at any time when the exercise is running. The secret command that the trainer can use to pause an exercise when this option is disabled is activated by pressing the Ctrl, Alt, and P keys simultaneously. The Restart Command Enabled option allows the exercise to be restarted at any time by pressing Ctrl and R simultaneously on the keyboard. The current exercise will start again from the beginning and no response data that the player previously made will be saved. The secret command to restart the exercise when this option is disabled is activated by pressing Ctrl, Alt, and R simultaneously. The next option is Abort Command Enabled. This option allows the player to exit the current exercise at any time by pressing the Escape key on the keyboard. The exercise will stop and the player will be taken back to the exercise menu. However, if running from an icon, the player will be taken back to the desktop. If the Escape key is pressed before the exercise is completed, no data will be saved for the current exercise. The secret command to exit an exercise when this option is disabled is activated by pressing Ctrl, Alt, and F1 simultaneously. The Game Breaks Enabled option rewards players with brief, entertaining, brain-building video game breaks when they are successful in passing an exercise. When this option is enabled, you can select the frequency at which a game break is presented by using the up and down arrows. 100% frequency will reward the player with a game break after each passed exercise. The next option is Game Break Music. With this option, you can adjust the volume of the background music for the video game breaks by sliding the bar to the right for louder and to the left for a softer volume. If this option is disabled, no game break music will be played. The Display Exercise Results/Points option displays the player's points earned during that exercise. When this option is enabled, the player can also click on View Player Rankings to see how his or her total score ranks in comparison to the other players. Trainers may choose to disable this option for situations where comparison to other students may not be beneficial. In this case, no points or player rankings will be displayed at the end of an exercise. Audio Feedback Enabled allows the player to receive appropriate auditory feedback for correct and incorrect answers. Players will always receive visual feedback for correct and incorrect responses. Summary auditory feedback regarding performance is still given at the end of a trial, even when this option is disabled. Enable Printing allows you to print scores, certificates, and exercise results displayed at the end of an exercise. The box must be checked in order for the print option to be enabled after each exercise is completed. The trainer can still print from the exercise results menu even when this option is disabled. Enabling the Run Using Desktop Icon option will run the current training plan if a player starts TNT Reading Pro with his or her icon. If this option is disabled and the player's icon is used to start TNT Reading, training will proceed in standard training mode. Session time is the next option. You can set a time limit for the player to run the exercises one after the other. The session time can be set from 2 to 90 minutes in 1-minute increments. The timer by default is set to 25 minutes. You can change the session time by clicking on the up and down arrows. If the session time limit expires while the player is in the middle of an exercise, the exercise will complete before the session ends. The next step is to select the passing goal. There are 3 passing goals from which to choose. Full Mastery is the most challenging level where the passing percentages are highest. In addition, the speed settings are set to a more difficult level. When Full Mastery is selected, the player will have less time to respond, words will be presented at a faster rate, and objects will move faster around the screen in comparison to other passing goals. Challenging is easier than Full Mastery. The passing percentages are set 10% lower than Full Mastery. All of the speed settings are also set to a slower level. This passing goal is set as the default. Easy Does It is available for students who have many learning challenges, and it is the lowest passing goal. The passing percentages for this level are 10% lower than the challenging level. The speed settings are much easier, allowing the player more time to respond. Words will also be presented at a slower rate and items will move around the screen fairly slowly. Once you have set all the desired training options, click on the OK button. This will take you back to the main training plans menu. To run the training plan with all of the currently selected options, click on the Run Training Plan button at the bottom of the screen. This concludes the training plan's instructional video. The next video in this series is Reading and Memory Test Battery Menu.